Tom here, Flip Anything USA. So I'm on my way to look at a property that just came available. This is a for sale by owner. The sign just went up yesterday, and one of the people that I know that knows I'm always looking for property was kind enough to text me a picture of the sign. So I'm heading there right now. I've already called the owner, and he says he wants $219 for this property, which is probably pretty low. I've actually bought one a month ago, a little cheaper than that in this neighborhood, but this is a real fast changing area. It's going up in value because demand is high. So that's where we're heading. We're going to be there in a minute. I won't have the camera out there because I don't want to spook anybody, but that's where we're heading right now, and we'll come back. So I'm looking in a neighborhood that I'm researching right now. I've already sent out probably 270 letters, not one call yet or return. That happens. But a for sale sign popped up on one of them, and for sale by owner. And a friend of mine took a picture of that sign and sent it to me. And so here I am, first one on the spot. It's a little bit of a rough house. They want $219 for it. You know, if I was looking to buy a house to use for myself, I would buy it. But I want to make money, you know, so I need some room to make money. And it's got a few issues that are going to take a little money to. It's got some crappy rotten siding that's underneath some metal siding, so I'd have to strip that off. And you know, you can't fool yourself about things like that. I'll work on it on the weekend, or no. It's a job. Somebody's got to do it. It takes time. Time is money. So you got to factor all that in. So anyhow, I'm gonna visit with this guy again later today, see if I can talk him into taking $199, and I figure I could probably put $5-6 grand in it, and then just put it on the market for, I don't know, $250. Or what I might do is I might sell one of the other homes that I have in my inventory of homes. I might sell one of those for like $300,000 or $400,000 and just hold this for a year, because then the tax burden will go down as well by holding it for a little while longer. So that's where I'm at right now. And while I've been driving around, of course, I'm looking, and I spotted one home in this drive around that you could tell, somebody might live in it. I mean, or the owner might live in it or not. I don't know. But the blinds, it had blinds on it, which is typical of what you put in a rental. Most people don't want blinds in their home unless they're nice. These were not nice. And so those were torn up quite a bit. In fact, one was lifted so high, it makes me think that people are using the window as a door coming in and out of, which I've seen that before too, which is a sign of a shitty tenant, to be honest. And so I took that address down, and that's one that I will be looking at closely, or I'll follow up. Maybe I'll send out another letter today, and or I might bombard that one home with more letters until somebody calls me, and see if I can't make a deal on that. Oh, and actually here's a call coming in, so I'll take this real quick. This is Tom. Oh yeah, is this Ahmed?
Yes, I had a missed call.
Yeah, that was me. I talked to you earlier. I did drive over and I took a look at the house. Look, I'm interested, although it's a little bit rough. I worry about that. It looks like somebody put metal over the exterior siding, and they didn't do the best job, and so I'm a little bit worried about what's underneath that metal.
Wow.
But
anyway, if you come to an agreement, you need to hire an inspection. I had this property for 3 years. I didn't change anything on that part, but I don't know. The maximum thing may happen is just a termite. But as far as I know, there's no live termite, active termite there.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
No, of course. But I guess what I'm going with this is there a little flexibility on your pricing? First of all, if I buy it from you, I'll pay you cash. There won't have to be any inspection. I'll be the only inspector on this deal.
I can give you up to 3% discount. That's all I can.
Oh, I
If
see.
it's cash. If it's cash.
Okay, well, that gets us a little closer. Okay, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll call you before 4:15, and possibly we can meet, and we'll walk through it.
Okay.
Oh, all right, thanks, Ahmed. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now. So actually, that's the guy calling me back on that. I got nervous actually after I went into his property. I went into the backyard and I started thinking, hey, is this place vacant? I wasn't sure. And so I got nervous. I've been bit by a dog before going into a backyard, not realizing it was occupied when I was told it wasn't occupied. So anyways, but so actually you got a first-hand call there. And so you can see I didn't want to scare him off, but I've already taken 3% off this deal by just throwing out what I did. I don't like to insult a seller on their property, like what might be wrong with it, etc. So I try to tactfully talk about it like, hey, it's a problem. There's some metal on here. I'm nervous about it. What's underneath that? And he even said, I don't know, maybe termites, So obviously he's heard it before. In fact, I know he's heard it before. He doesn't remember me, but I talked to him about 6-8 months ago. And so obviously he's had a tenant move in there and move out in the last 6 months. So that doesn't bode well. For whatever reason, that tenant didn't stay. And now he's got to mess with, making it ready again for a new tenant. And so it's probably, he wanted to sell then too, actually. But he heard from me back then that I was nervous about the, this metal over wood siding. It's just not a good thing, and it wasn't a very clean job. But here's the good thing though. All the sides are it's all brick. It's brick 4 sides, which is a big plus. It's just above the brick. They did some sort of wood treatment. In this case, they went over that wood with metal. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go. I'll call him back. He told me he's gonna be in the neighborhood around 4:15 today. I won't have a camera with me, obviously, but I will go visit him, and I'll. If I get him down 6%, that's already almost $14,000 in there somewhere. But my goal is to get him to like $199. If he goes $199, I'll go in there. I'll just pay him cash for it. It's a good deal for him too, to be honest, because anybody that goes and inspects that is going to request a termite inspection, and they're not going to like a couple of things. But so that's where we're at, and we'll check back. So I followed up after that call with Ahmed, and I went to the house, and it's actually one that I'd actually looked at about 6 months ago, and sure enough, it's not a very good house. It's actually good that it's got brick all the way around, which is a plus, but it's a little house. It's 1,400 square foot, including the garage. He wants $219. That's probably about what it would be worth. Maybe it's worth $230,000 with a little bit of cleanup. It's got some weird stuff. It's got metal siding over existing wood siding, which is suspect for termites and stuff. Either way, it looks horrible. That little part of it. Inside, he put the cheapest crap cabinets you could put in, and so it really doesn't look very well. And it's just a little corridor kitchen. It's got potential, but the bottom line is I don't think I'd pay more than $180,000 for it. So I followed up and gave him a call back and said, I don't need to bother seeing you. I walked through it. He said, oh, there's nothing in the neighborhood that cheap, which is not true because I just bought one for $195. I ended up paying $203 for it, but there's another one I just got a month or so before, and it was one I had to pay cash for, and I had to close within 10 days because so many people were trying to buy it at once that it was kind of like who's got the fastest cash available, and it happened to be me. So, and I can move fast on this one too, but it's just not that. It's not that if I can't get it for $180, I'm not going to mess with it. So I already let him know. I said, man, I already bought one for $195 that is bigger and better, and that's where I left it with him. And so I'll probably check back with him in a week or two. The fact that he was trying to sell it 6 months ago and now he's still trying to sell it today, he might have had a tenant in between that probably wore him down a little bit because you don't usually rent to somebody for just 6 months. So he probably had to kick him out, or who knows what happens. But either way, he's becoming a motivated seller. I can see that. And whether I buy it from him or not doesn't matter. But if I buy it, it's going to be about 180, and then I'll make some money. But otherwise, I'm not going to mess with it. And that's kind of how it is. You don't get emotional. You don't just want something. A lot of people get into auctions, and they start competing to get the prize, but they lose sight of what they're paying for it. And so you don't ever want to get into that situation where you're trying to win it by paying too much. So anyhow, long story short, that's where it's at. Flip Anything USA. Get out there, try. Channel's growing fast. I like seeing it. I love your questions and feedback. So if there's anything I'm not covering, you let me know, and we'll get into it. Thanks. Please subscribe.